Series about project explanation from a business as well as technical perspective. Today, we're going to be talking about a project where we will deal with optimization of steel manufacturing industry. And we're going to look at charge composition and energy usage. And for this project, today's focus is going to be on the analytics portion of this project. And joining us today, we have our analytics specialist, Pallavi. Good evening, Pallavi, and welcome.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Okay, so my name is Pallavi Vagmare. I'm working in as an associate data scientist in 360 Digit EMG.
Yeah, thank you, Pallavi, for that introduction. So, Pallavi, why don't you explain the business aspect of this project?
Yeah, sure. So project name is Optimization Steel Manufacturing with respect to charge mix and energy usage. So before going to explain a business problem, let me introduce what is the steel manufacturing company uh, processes. So our client is one of the leading steel manufacturing company. So they produces different grades of steels. What does mean of what is meaning of grade of steel? So grade of steel means various different types of steels with specific properties. Okay, so the manufacturing process begins with mixing raw materials in the sense the scrap, pig ions, or we can say the different the iron particles. Okay, so they're going to be in mix in a blast furnace. These solid materials are then converted into molten iron using the electricity, or we can say the heat. Okay, so after this molten iron passes into the electric arc furnace, which is called as EAF. Okay, where different chemicals are being added. Chemical synthesis, like for example we can say carbon, manganese and all, etc. After this, this mixture is going to be transferred into the ladle furnace, and further chemical adjustment is going on in the ladle furnace. Okay, so this is a overall process of steel manufacturing. Okay, among this, following the EF stage, lab tests are being conducted. Lab test of this mixture, no, whether that mixture is in a correct proportion or not. So that lab test phase and all that time taken is called as cycle time. Okay, so among this process, if that proportion is inaccurate, okay, so we have to follow, or we can say either they have to follow this entire process repetitively. Okay, which may result in increase in energy consumption as well as it will extend the total cycle time. So the client goal or the basically our business problem is provided the grade wise optimized proportion of this charge mix, which will be reducing the energy consumption as well as cycle time, and ultimately it improving our efficiency. So this is all about our business problem. So let me focus on the objective part. That is, overall we have to maximize the product quality and the efficiency part, but we have some constraint. One of the major constraint is we have to minimize the power consumption. Okay, then if you focus on the success criteria, so very first success criteria is business success criteria. So following that, we have to improve our product efficiency by 20%. Then in case of ML success criteria, at least we need to achieve our accuracy by 80%, and focus on the economic success criteria. So we have to lower the energy efficiency or consumption by 15%. Ultimately, it will improve our production efficiency. So this is all about our project.
Yeah, thank you so much for that detailed walkthrough on not just the business problem, but the overall process that is involved in the steel manufacturing process. So here we have the project architecture. So do you mind just walking our viewers through the various steps that we will be taking in this project?
Yeah, sure. So, primarily, our focus is collection of the data set. Okay. So, client provided us data set. So, we have to collect that data set and then store it into one of the database which we used, likely the MySQL database. Okay. After that, we are going to that pull that data, and using Python, different techniques, we process that data, because that data is in the raw state. Okay, we have to be do the data pre-processing steps and organize that data. After organization, or we get the organized data, we pull that data into the Power BI, which is one of the visualization tool we used. And we also perform the visualization by using Tableau. And the basic visualization we also perform or in Excel as well. And apart from this, from those visualizations, we get some insights, and which will be helpful for decision making, which is our business problem. No, so give some solutions based on that business problems.
And finally, this is the dashboard that was
Yes.
created using Power BI. So can you just explain what we are seeing on the dashboard here?
Yes. So in filter, we apply the grades, and we have why we are applying the grades, because we need to identify the grade wise, what we can say, the optimized material. No, so our primarily focus area is on the grade wise production, energy efficiency, and cycle time. Okay, so basically we what we are focusing on, we have to analyze that batch, because one grade will be manufactured in different batches. No, if you look into here, heat number slicer, there they given the heat numbers also. Okay, so if you select any of the heat, it will hover or it will pop up the chemical composition which will be used in that particular grade or in that particular grade wise batch. Okay, so our main agenda is, we want that batch of that particular grade in which the production is high and energy and cycle time will be consuming will be minimum. So we are focusing on that. If we get that, we can call it as an optimal batch. And probably we look into that batch of chemical composition as well as the charge mix composition. So probably we will give the solution to our client that you can use this proportion for charge mix and chemical composition, so that your production efficiency will be higher, and as well as your total cycle time and energy consumption will be minimum. So this is our agenda. And
All right. So thank you so much, Pallavi, for the detailed walkthrough on the analysis that was performed by you on this project. And thank you so much for everyone who has joined us today. Please do follow us on our social media platforms on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn for further such content. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening.
thank you.